Buildaid Media, powered by builders and supported by Mix 93.8 FM and SA Garden and Home, are proud to bring you this homeowner workshop series. Throughout this series, we will be showcasing a wide variety of industry specialists to ensure a positive building experience. In this episode, Graham Alexander speaks to Vimbai Schwalm from Swiss Fireplace about the efficiency of closed-combustion wood-burning fireplaces, as well as the differences between gas and wood-burning braais and fireplaces.
Vimbai, thank you so much for being here and bringing beauty to this lot.
Thanks for having me.
Vimbai is from a company called Swiss Fireplace, and I met Vimbai some months ago on radio, and I was immediately inspired by your inspiration on fireplaces, and thanks for being here, Vimbai.
Thanks for having me.
First thing I want to ask you before we get into these beautiful pieces that you make is the efficiency of burning wood in a home. I understand it is one of the most efficient ways of heating a space.
Yes. So basically, the typical fireplace that we as South Africans are used to and that I grew up with was a hole in the wall that has a chimney flue and it literally chows the wood. And all the hot air is going up the chimney flue and you're just sucking in cold air from outside. So what's important when it comes to a wood-burning fireplace is that you get the right unit. And in this image that you can see up there, that's a closed-combustion fireplace. So in essence, you're creating an oven by pulling down the glass doors and burning your wood to smithereens. This unit particularly has a heat exchanger. So you're taking the hot air from the fireplace and redistributing it back into the room, and your carbon monoxide is going up the chimney flue. So the unit and type of fireplace that you have really affects and impacts the energy efficiency. And as soon as it's closed combustion, you're sorted.
When you say closed, it's behind a glass door, and that's what's getting the heat up to its. I think you guys get up to like 300 degrees or so.
Yeah, it can get up to about 600 degrees Celsius in the chamber. And then you have, which you can't see in this image, but at the top of the fireplace unit, you've got hot air vents that are redistributing the hot air back into the room. It can get up to about 120 degrees Celsius, depending on how much wood you've put in and how much you've pushed your fireplace. But basically, in essence, the idea for you to visualize it is you've got your chamber, you put the wood in, close the door, and you've created an oven that's burning the wood to efficiency. These are Swiss fireplaces, so a lot of technology has gone into how much air is being brought in, how you're reburning the carbon monoxide, and yeah.
The other part of its efficiency, from what I understand, Vimbai, is you don't use a lot of wood.
No.
And I've had personal experience of this, so I can talk comfortably or confidently. Is you could put 2 logs in there and it goes most of the evening.
Yeah.
As opposed to the old-fashioned, what people with respect call a black box. It's going to use 20 bits of wood and give you a lot less energy.
Yeah. So depending on the size of your unit, if it's a freestanding unit, you're so right, Graham. It is 1 log per 45 minutes to an hour. And yeah, that's about plus minus 6 to, I'd say 5 to 12 rand that you're spending on, depending on the size of your unit, per hour, per evening. So very efficient.
We also have to be careful of people understanding it incorrectly and saying, well, you've just knocked down a tree to warm your house up. I mean, a lot of trees were grown to be knocked down. It's the business of trees.
Yeah.
They're grown as a sustainable forest. But we live in a big forest in Joburg. And just for the record, we're going to believe that Joburg is the biggest man-made forest. But we had a radio show on it, and it actually isn't. The Chinese have planted a forest near the Gobi Desert that is the same size as Gauteng. But we'll just continue believing that as Joburgers. But a lot of wood comes out of an urban environment. Within your garden, people reselling wood and that.
Yeah. So you get two types of wood in South Africa. You get hardwood and softwood. Hardwood is your typical indigenous wood and trees that we get around Johannesburg. So someone came and planted something 100 years later, it's in your garden, you don't like it, you chop it down or you file it down, and that's very slow burning wood. Perfect for a braai, has a gorgeous glow, and it goes on for long. I'm sure you've had experiences with it where it's really hard to even go through with an axe. And then you get softwood, and that's your plantation wood. So coming from Mpumalanga, KZN region. In a closed combustion unit, the combination of the two works really wonderfully. You've got the beautiful flame coming from the softwood, and you've got the constant glow coming from the hardwood. So yeah.
Cleaning a fireplace, I think anybody that's had a fireplace, particularly a black box, you probably don't like the thing because of the cleaning. Now, with the heat in your unit, you're landing up with very little.
Yeah, so I'm speaking of a freestanding unit typically. Because of your burning process, you're burning your wood to smithereens. So it's almost like a really, really fine ash. So if there's any ladies here that wear makeup, your blush foundation, it's really soft like that. And I'd say after a week of burning it, you've got a bag that's about that big of ash, very fine. So extremely efficient and very easy and quick to sweep up. We recommend that you burn your fireplace every day for 7 days, and on the 7th day, clean it out. So Sunday to Saturday, Saturday we clean out our fireplace, or Sunday. And that's how much ash you're taking out of it.
So no bits of black charcoal?
No, and then because you're closing the door, there's no stinky, smoky smell that's coming into the room. It's not a hassle. It's very, I say, the modern way of living, very clean and elegant. Yeah.
So you don't only use wood, you also have fireplaces that run on gas?
Yeah, so this fireplace right over here is a closed combustion gas fireplace. And as soon as you literally close a fireplace, you're saving 70% of the heat. You're also saving, on a wood burning or a gas burning, you're using 5 times less of the resource. So if it's gas, it's 5 times less. This fireplace here is 1 meter wide, and that you're using about 0.3 kgs of gas per hour. So you're really being efficient with the resource that you're burning. It's aesthetically pleasing, so it looks like a beautiful, piece, artistic piece in your home, and then you're getting the heat back into the room. So if you look on this fireplace here, there's a vent at the bottom, and that's the heat coming back from the fireplace.
So in a sec, we're going to get to some pictures of bioethanol, and as you know, Vimbai, they're my favorite, and then you'll all understand why in a sec. So let's have a look at different types of fireplaces that you guys make. And I know, Vimbai, you have many.
Yeah.
But that one's built in, as an example.
Yeah. So this is a Rög fireplace. We bring it in from Switzerland. Rög is the pioneer of closed combustion. He has been building fireplaces over the past 60 plus years, and he decided the one day, what happens when you close a fireplace and put a glass door in front of it? So the concept of closed combustion comes from the Rög family and the Rög system. The technology is phenomenal. The product is patented. And it's really designed and made specifically for your home. Built in and a bigger unit. So it really does heat up bigger spaces and is more powerful. This is the one with the heat exchanger. And then we also have, like the one you saw before, the built-in gas. That's element 4. And these we bring in from Holland. And they're pioneers when it comes to closed combustion gas fireplaces.
So I think we got some slides as well of a there we go, freestanding
So
unit.
this is Arctica. I love this brand. I love all our brands, but I love this brand. It's the first time a customer or an individual can customize their fireplace. So you can pick what color you want. You can pick the height of the fireplace. You can pick your handle. In this situation, we've got a nickel fireplace with a black glass door and a black handle. But you could also have the glass door the same color as the steel. You can have it rotating. In this case, yeah, you also have a freestanding. It's got the round, so depending on where you're positioning it, you have the round but square back. So you also have the wood storage at the bottom. So you've got options. You really have options. So that's why when you check out our website, you get inspiration. We meet up with you, and we can customize and make your fireplace that suits your home and your personality and your lifestyle.
So the next one, I think.
So these we bring in from France. The difference between this one and the first two that we saw is that this particular brand is Focus, and they focus on an art piece, a deco piece, a piece in your home that's like a super expensive piece of art that you have hanging, only that you have fire that's coming from it. So the difference between this particular brand and the two other brands is the other two are very efficient, very effective, but aesthetically pleasing. These are pieces of art that heat up. Stunning. You can see here.
Right, now here's something that is my favorite.
I know.
And I don't know if it's energy efficient. This is bioethanol. So it's being run with an oil.
Yeah, so it's basically an alcohol, and it's made out of vegetable waste from sugarcane, mainly in South Africa. In different parts of Africa, it's different vegetables. It could be potatoes, but in our country, it's sugarcane, and extremely clean, an amazing way to create a feature and have warmth in your home. We call them more living pictures than we do fireplaces. As you can see, it's open. It does heat up the space. Perfect for an apartment, in a hotel, entrance hall, outdoors. A piece of art with fire in it. But from a heat retention point of view, it's not retaining 70% of the heat and pushing it back into the home. But stunning.
We've been involved in the design of many bush lodges, game reserves. And if I had that piece a few years ago, the game reserve sort of business went a bit flat 6-7 years ago. I can imagine 3 of them in the entrance to one of the lodges. Somehow 3 would look quite cool. I really like those.
Stunning.
How much do they cost?
That's 35,000 Rand. It's handmade, and it's made out of raw steel. So it takes Frank about 4 to 6 weeks to commission the piece for you. It's got a 2.5 liter tank on the inside, and that burns for 6 to 8 hours depending on the draft in the room or the space that you've put it in. It's really a piece of art and a living picture. It just creates a gorgeous ambience in the space you're in. So yeah.
Vimbai, tell us about the seal or the stamp that comes on your pieces of art, your fireplaces.
So you've basically seen our range and our different suppliers. Each fireplace is made custom for the client. So if it's a built-in, built-in and freestanding take about 2 weeks to be made and manufactured for you. They then get freighted or shipped down to South Africa. My partner and husband is a Hafner, so he studied the trade of building and installing fireplaces from the 16th century castle perspective. So the technology that you're seeing in the fireplaces is that from back then, just more modern and efficient. He's the one that personally installs the fireplace with our team. Once that's done, you get to see my pretty face with a bottle of bubbles. And we do a fireplace ceremony where we light up the new heart of your home, the new fire in your home. And we teach you how to use your fireplace, how to stack your wood, how to clean it, and we sign and register your fireplace with the specific supplier in France or in Switzerland. We really are about designing a lifestyle with heat. and really about customizing your heat experience in the most efficient way. I think what Graham has been saying and my fellow panelists have been saying is it's super important to buy quality that will last you a good long time and is efficient in what it does, and to also plan it in. So yeah.
Thank you for joining us. If you would like to watch any more of the workshops in the Homeowner series, follow the Buildaid YouTube channel or visit our website, buildaid.co.za, where you can find a full range of our product offering. To book your seat at our next workshop, visit caxtonevents.co.za. Don't forget to tune into Mix 93.8 FM Wednesday evenings from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. to listen to the Buildaid show.